Hello everybody, my name is Dharmagadda. I am going to present my analysis on cloud deployment project. The aim of this presentation is to seek company senior management financial support and authorization to embark on the project. To develop this deployment project, I conducted several internet searches, gathered relevant background information of cloud, and finally prepared this presentation. I will discuss about my background research of cloud in the upcoming slides. Outline of the presentation. I have divided my presentation into 4 different parts. The first part is introduction to cloud context. The second part is a case study of 3 business applications of the cloud. The third part is demonstration of cloud capabilities, and the fourth part is recommendations about cloud computing into our organization. This presentation aims to give an overview of cloud computing, implementation of cloud computing in our organization, different issues that will be faced by our organization while implementation, possible suggestions that would help the organization to overcome those issues. In this slide, I have given the infrastructure requirement for our organization as hardware requirements and software requirement. The hardware requirements cover HP IQ accelerator, which enhances the application performance with superior storage input-output and read-write performance for businesses with high transaction rates needing real-time data access. Then solid-state disk PCI card, which takes storage technology to the next level. This uses high-speed PCI Express coupled with a sophisticated workstation-grade RAID array for virtualization. Then IOPS for the performance measurement to benchmark computer storage, and then read memory of 550 MB per second and write memory of 550 MB per second, and with a storage of 320 GB and SAN disk. Actually, SAN is a storage area network which is used for block level network storage, and then 8 gigabits per second fiber channel, dual controllers, SAN switches, additional hard disk of 300 GB disk for our additional storage. Then in case of software, the following are the requirements: HP Proliant BL460 server blade, 32 server blades, 128 GB RAM, and BL460 128 GB RAM, which increases the processing speed. Then Flex Fabric network, which is a unified data center Ethernet fabric delivering a software defined data center network interface, and then a converged infrastructure and a virtual connect technology to increase the performance and simplify the network connectivity. Finally, a 10 gigabits per second Ethernet. Let's see about the advantages and disadvantages of implementing the cloud technology. Advantages are low cost, scalability, updates, and universal access. The disadvantages are connectivity issues, disaster recovery, security, and workload management issues. For a smooth governance, I recommend to create policies, techniques, and board containing business and IT representatives, which ensures a reliable operation of the cloud computing resources in our organization. I have taken 3 business cases for our study. First is Intercontinental Hotels Group, who has a greater use of SaaS and PaaS. Nowadays, they are doing a remarkable business. And second is Rehab Care, who has changed their traditional business by adapting to cloud. And third is ServiceMax, who uses cloud for automatic invoice payment, has satisfied their customers. In this slide, I represent the business case model which I have developed for our prototype model. We go through this model using the assumptions data for our project to calculate payback, NPV, IRR, and PA. In the table, I have given the expected net cash flow, and I have taken the reinvestment rate of 10%. Note the values are all assumptions for this study which are of low range. This calculation is applicable for our real model. In this slide, I represent the payback period and the calculations involved in finding the payback period. Actually, the payback period is easy to determine just by looking at the cumulative cash flows from a project, but it is a bit tricky to calculate with the Excel. I have attached an Excel sheet called payback period. Just you can refer that. I used Excel's logical functions and then I found out the payback period. In the table, you can see the cumulative cash flow and the cash flow. From that, which using the logical functions, I have calculated the payback period as 3.33. In this slide, we discuss about NPV and IRR. Net present value of an investment is the present value of future cash inflows minus the present value of the investment and any associated future cash outflows. IRR is calculated using a IRR random number range of cash flow from 0 year to 5th year. So in the table you can see about the cash flows, and from the worksheet I calculated NPV value as a $12,000 and IRR value as 24.44. This criterion shows the PV of benefits. PV is the profitability index. So we have calculated the profitability index by the PV of benefits per dollar of investment cost. So from this formula and with the reference to the worksheet, we are getting the PI value as 2.20 for our proposed model. So in this slide, I will give you the overall analysis, that is the sensitivity analysis of this model. Sensitivity analysis. Why we want to have sensitivity analysis? Sensitivity analysis gives a main insight how the assumptions are critical. It helps us to find out which assumptions will affect the choice. The process of sensitivity analysis involves changing input values and finding the effect of those input values on the model to determine the output value. There are many models to carry out sensitivity analysis, such as manual, what if analysis, threshold values, etc. In our case, we used NPV, IRR, PI and payback period are considered to carry out sensitivity analysis. PI score calculated for our project X is 2.20, which definitely indicates the project can be accepted and there will be definite cash inflow success. The sensitivity analysis will show how the input assumptions eventually will affect the recommended choice in the decision problem. Best case scenario and worst case scenario will showcase the net cash. Sensitivity analysis involves both best case scenario and worst case scenario. So the calculations shows that the cash flow starts from year 1 and there is no further investment in the year 1. The PA is greater than 1. In our case it is 2.20, which is greater than 1, and hence our model can be accepted. In case of worst case scenario, if the PA is less than 1, then the project cannot be accepted, and if the investment is keep on increasing every year and if the payback period is not achieved within the proposed period, then it's the worst case scenario. In this slide, I present few recommendations for cloud migrations. Care should be taken on data migration, data access, SLA with cloud provider, data protection, authentication, tools and languages, and data deletions, so that this ensures secure and reliable operation of our organization. In this slide, I will give you the conclusion of my presentation. Cloud concepts and case study of the cloud capabilities, simple applications were discussed in this presentation. We also explored some real business issues in adoption of cloud. Infrastructure requirement for the adoption of cloud has been explored. Many of the activities loosely grouped together under cloud computing have already been happening and becoming centralized computing activity. Mainstream adoption of cloud computing is becoming trend nowadays. Open source system can be installed and run on your local cluster. Identified benefits and challenges presented by cloud computing and potential future research areas. Cloud is surely an impactful technology that is sure to transform computing in business. Cloud altogether uses with range of applications, and in this slide you can see all the references from where I have collected the information. It includes both the research papers as well as websites. So you can go through these research papers and websites where you can get a precise idea about cloud. In this slide, I present the assumptions and justifications. Buying a cloud from the cloud provider doesn't mean the company doesn't need networking presence anymore. By having a conventional network engineers, the company can have control over IT strategy and policies. Operating cost will be more predictable. A differentiator will be provided by cloud provider. The cloud will be manageable. We can buy applications off the shelf. IT departments will have a complete view of cost, and operational excellence is achieved. From my presentation, I would like to say that adopting a cloud technology will increases our performance, will give us a good business. So I request the management team to consider my presentation, to analyze it and give a chance to implement a prototype model initially to see our business returns. Thank you.